Yo, man, welcome back to FamZone TV. This is a new show called the DEE-GAL show. Obviously, you lot have been asking for it, making comments about our names, innit? So we just decided to combine it and do a show together. I've got my buddy DEE-GAL here. Every Wednesday from 2 till 3, we're gonna do like a little breakdown, little conversation about what's going on in our football world, the Arsenal world, Liverpool tears, Arsenal excitement, you know what I'm saying? One week we'll do it on this channel, one week we'll do it on the Gals channel. So we'll rotate weekly just so we can just, you know what I mean, just get the benefits of both channels. But you saying, my bro, how's your day been first and foremost anyway?
Well, I've been chilling. It's just everywhere I go, I just see sweets, and I'm not trying to eat sweets right now.
What do you mean?
Like
What you talking about?
every time I go into office, they just have sugary stuff,
Oh, you mean like
either
you
be
mean in real life?
cakes or candy, whatever it is.
Mm. Man said every time I go into the office I see sweets. What do you do?
I'm not talking about that right now.
Man brought up office, you know.
But yeah, when it comes to football though, I'm Gucci, bro. I'm chilling. You could have probably took a nap the first half and then watched all the action in the second half because the second half was where all the action happened.
No, I
From
disagree, man. I think the first half was super intriguing, bro. Like I said this in my tweet at halftime. I said that's the most enjoyable half of football I've seen in at least a good couple years.
all the
That
goals
foot,
came in the second half, bro. I'm an action person.
no,
I
but you're
I
talking
am
about goals. You're talking about goals, though.
Yeah, I'm talking about goals. I'm talking about us actually hurting the opponent. I know there's two halves of football, everything, but let's be real. When we watch the highlights back or when we watch back the game, majority of the analyzation is going to be from when we scored that first goal to the end.
No, I see. I
When
disagree completely.
Okay.
I think it's the first half, bro. I think the first half was where we could actually. I feel I was more impressed. Obviously, I was impressed with our second half performance because we came out and
What intrigued you in the first half specifically?
like how mature the performance was by us. You know how mature that performance was. The fact that we stayed in the game because Atletico Madrid, they managed to stem the tide from after about the first 10, 15 minutes where
What's
we were all over them. They stemmed the tide. It was a really high
what's
quality game the
difference?
first half.
What's the difference between what we did against Liverpool in the first half?
The difference is that we won the game. We lost to Liverpool. That's the difference.
No, that's my point. My point exactly. First half against Atletico Madrid, first half against Liverpool. Both teams, we kind of did. We were holding it down. All the action came in the second half for Arsenal in this game, where we slapped them and we beat them. We beat them down in the second half. In the Liverpool game, we didn't beat them down. We ended up conceding a set piece, and I feel like we learned from our previous
Yeah, but the Liverpool
wins.
game was intriguing to me as well.
I think the way people analyze the Liverpool game is results based analysis. Because we lost, nobody views any part of that game as good. And this game, we slapped them. I'm not gonna lie. If the opposite would have happened, that first half, people would have been like, we could have scored more, we could have done more, we could have done this, we could have done that. The fact that we buried the game, the first half kind of becomes an afterthought. That's my point.
Not yeah, but you're talking about are you talking about Arsenal fans or are you talking about other fans? Who else are
I'm
you talking
talking
about?
about from an Arsenal perspective. From within
Okay, yeah.
ourselves,
Like if
if
you're
we're gonna if we're gonna analyze the game, I feel like there's two ways to analyze it. That 14-minute span that dominates 90% of conversations, and then everything that happened up until then, which was just probing, 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 making sure we don't concede, making sure we keep control, making sure
mm,
that the opponent doesn't get too many opportunities. David Raya barely had to make any saves. The midfield battle was won by us. In the final third, when we did get the ball, we were effective. And I just look at them and I'm like, where was their threat? We neutralized them to an nth degree. And I didn't see more. I didn't see Julian Alvarez for the 90 minutes doing much. I didn't see their best players doing much. And maybe if you even listen to what Diego Simeone said after the game, he gave us great respect. He said we're such a good team. We're one of the most complete teams he's played.
yeah.
And he also went and said losing to them 4-0, uh, although it was a bad result, there were some good moments. What good moments?
Bro, I think you're doing results based analysis. I think Alvarez had a good game. He played well that game. He was getting in the pockets. He had a good game, but I was impressed with his performance that game. They were good in the first half. We were a little bit better than them, but in the first half they were good. Like I don't come out of that game feeling like Atletico Madrid are a terrible team.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, I know, but I come out of that game feeling like they're still a high quality opposition. They were tough yesterday. Yeah, we were much better, and that's as good as a performance we're gonna have in this season.
What do Atletico Madrid have to take away from that game?
What do you mean? What do they have to take away from that game?
What confidence did they gain?
They hit the bar. They hit the bar. Okay, look, they hit the bar. Yeah, we hit the bar at the beginning with a deflected shot. They hit the bar with Alvarez with good football. Yeah, if that goes in, it's a completely different game. That's the first thing. The second thing is when Raya went out and did his madness, and they missed the whisker by that much. That's a completely different game if it goes in.
That's true.
They missed it by that much, bro. Like, of course, fine margins. You need a little bit of luck here and there, and we had that yesterday. It becomes 4-0, but it really could have easily been 4-2. Do you know what I mean? Or it could have easily have been. We could have been 2-0 down, bro.
Do you see that as a meltdown from Atletico Madrid, or do you just see that we're just too superior?
No, I think that's as good as a performance as we're gonna have this season. And I think it's more. And the reason why I say it's so good is one, you got fine margins, it happens. But two, with the maturity of the performance, the maturity of the performance was the fact that now, you see what I said yesterday. Yeah, I said in my match reaction, this team. You see what me and you, we're more on the positive side, nine times out of 10. Yeah, and I think over the course of the last few years, I feel like this team were very, very young. They were 21, 22, 23 years of age, all of them. This is the first team that are growing together, and we're not seeing too many holes in the team. This team is growing together. They're all, Saliba's 24, Saka's 24. This team, they're a young team still, but they're all growing together. So over the next 5 or 6 years, that's when we're going to see how much they can achieve as a unit. But when we were asking for them to win titles, they were kids. There was still Miles Lewis Skelly's still 18 years old. We're expecting him to go and do the double and stuff like that. These guys were kids, so I was impressed with the maturity. It was two mature teams playing. I thought we were brilliant in terms of mentality yesterday. That's what I was most impressed with. We stayed in the game and we worked it out.
I think if I'm gonna, the way that I describe this game is Arteta outclassed Simeone. Because when you look at the manner in which you had our players gliding past them, walking past them, and the way that they set up, playing a 4-4-2 against us, the way that we're set up, you're giving us an advantage because you're not really defending to your full capabilities in a 4-4-2. If they would have gone if they would have gone a 4-5-1, then maybe. But the way that they set up, in my opinion, the way that I viewed it, it was a situation where when we pressed them, it was very easy for our 10 to press and Gyokeres to press. It was very easy because they have that back four. They don't have nobody really tucking in to help out, or else they're vacating the whole center mid. And then there was just a gaping hole in that midfield. You look in that midfield, anytime you look in it, it's just Arsenal players everywhere. And Atletico Madrid, they couldn't play through the middle. They had to go play out wide. And when they play out wide,
they did play through the middle though. The Alvarez got through the middle quite a few times ago. Would you say when you say would you say he outclassed him if it was a 1-0 win still? Would you say
no, because of the manner of which
we buried the game? The goals matter, of course.
Because how we buried the game, you surely have to say that's outclassing. And also, did you know in our last 9 games, how many goals do you think we scored in the Champions League phase in our last 9 games?
I don't know how many. I know we've not conceded any this year though.
Give me a number. 9 games.
Quite a lot. Because we had Sporting, we had probably about 20.
If you said 10, obviously it's higher. If you said 15,
no, it's higher. It's higher.
If you said 20, it's higher. If you said 25, it's higher. It's 26.
Oh, it's not bad.
26 goals in 9 games. How many did we concede in those 9 games at home at the Emirates?
At the Emirates only?
At the Emirates only. Think about it. League phase.
There can't be many. 0
in 9 games. 26 goals scored. 0 conceded in 9 games.
It's brilliant stats.
Our home form in the Champions League over the last couple of years is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
You know what the only problem we have with that though is though, like I feel like this team is the best team that I've seen to not have won what we need to win. Like I feel like if this team wins certain trophies now, I feel like it could go on to become one of the best teams if we can consistently win. But unfortunately, these stats don't mean anything until because we've got championship winning stats.
Yeah.
We've got Champions League winning stats. We've got Premier League winning stats. Like I saw we hadn't lost to the top four in how long?
Okay, but understand that this is part of the journey. Before you
I agree.
start,
I agree.
Some teams before they start winning, they need to break their duck. They need to finally get over that hurdle. And in order to get over the hurdle, you need to start doing things that the top teams do. And right now, we're walking the walk, but we haven't yet we haven't officially done it yet. But we're walking in the right direction. We're headed in the right direction.
100%. No doubt.
Once we reach the destination, everyone will be like, you know what? It was obvious. People won't say it's unsustainable to score set pieces.
I agree.
Because we don't concede too many goals. People won't question our attack because we still have one of the best attacks. And if you don't concede goals, do you really need to win every game 3-0? No, you don't. You can win the game 1-0. You can win the game 2-0. You can win the game 3-0. If we're not conceding as much as Liverpool, I did this the other day. D, take this in. Man City conceded double the amount of goals as us in the league. Liverpool 3 times. Chelsea 3 times. So we don't have to score as many goals as them, but yet we're still scoring similar amount of goals.
Similar amount, 100%. And I feel like this is where I feel like these times is where Arteta doesn't get credit because the credit that what Arteta is actually doing, he's actually putting up world-class statistics year after year. Everybody knows this in the world of football. They all know this. Yes, when it comes to one metric of winning trophies, I guess that is the overall metric. But if you're an owner of a football club or you're logical in your thinking, you're going to actually think about what he actually is doing as why he should be there or not be there. And this is what most people don't do. When they're deciding to do reactionary match reactions, or you're not looking at it as what is he actually doing at the football club. You know what I'm saying? Because at the football club, he's doing world-class things. He just hasn't won the trophies yet, which is unfortunate. But he's doing world-class management, world-class coaching, world-class players, world-class. Even the fact that our coaching staff are getting picked now to go and manage another all over the world now. This is what's happening now.
Carlos is at Palmer.
You got even Jack Wilshere now. He's at Luton. You got they wanted Mertesacker. I know he's still with the youth team. They wanted Mertesacker. Then you got the one that who rejected the job. Is it Stecker Albert? He rejected a first team coaching, a first team management position as well. So he's Arteta's a young manager, creating managers already. So that already is a thing that I feel like we don't give him credit for, but we do have to win though, bro.
Okay. This is where Arteta gets criticized because it's Arsenal. If this was a manager doing this for any other club that was in a top 6 club that was building at this level, he would get credited. Pochettino did less than what Arteta's done and got credited highly for his time at Tottenham. Arteta right now, he is 1 trophy away.
No, he didn't. He did less what Arteta's done. And you're talking about in terms of trophies?
Yes.
In relation to just only trophies.
Arteta has won the FA Cup. As much as people laugh at it,
no, he's won it. Yeah. He's definitely won it. Yeah.
Two times we've been to. Every time we've been to Wembley, we come out with a win, be it in the Community Shield or in the FA Cup final, and everyone just wants trophies. I get it. I'm not belittling them, but I am saying we talk about matches and we say results-based analysis for matches. For managers, it is a results business, and until they start winning, people are not going to rate them at that level. But people who work in the game, people who are consistently around the sport, speak about Arsenal are in one of the most
100%
interesting positions because Arsenal's project has popped, and from when it popped, they constantly continue to refresh and continue to improve. It's now gotten to a point where the team is so complete that people are
100%.
saying there's nothing but a possibility of going on to win the league, and then ignore the manager who built the team, then ignore the manager who instilled in philosophy on how we play, how we do things, how the whole system was set up, and criticize the fact that we signed so many defenders, criticize the fact that we continuously went to go and get more defenders, more defenders, more defenders, because our first team players need backups. And we could then complain when we sign those backups. I myself am wrong for this. We complain about Madueke. We complain about some of these other players coming in. People complain about Kepa, who's not even playing, for God's sakes. Norgard, complaints. But they actually see the picture. You can't have 2 11s where each one is a starter just as good as the other. You are going to have you are going to have a balance. And right now we have good cohesion. He's managed all those players so well to the point where everyone's happy, and we're winning games in the league and in the Champions League. And anybody who comes up against us, they might not fear us the same way Barcelona was feared or anything else. But when we go for a set piece, they fear that they're going to concede right away. When they come to our ground, they know they're going to have a tough day. And that is credit to the manager. And I just don't think the manager will ever get credit until we go on to win the league. And when we do go on to win the league, they will find another way to belittle it.
In the football YouTube space, like in the real football world, they all know he's a top manager. Like in the real football world, there's everybody knows.
I'll tell you something. Football, YouTube, and banter online has turned into an actual stain on the club. Because we haven't won in 20 years. I have 50-year-old men who support 100%. Chelsea who I meet on the train telling me, "You're an Arsenal fan? I feel sorry for you." I'm like, bro, you guys are in 8th. What do you mean you feel sorry for me?
Yeah, I know. I'm with you, bro. I'm wholeheartedly with you, bro. Like I feel like and you see what it is. It takes people like us to actually play the game a little bit better sometimes. I feel like I fall for the trick sometimes as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I need to stick to the principles of what I believe in all the time, because I genuinely in my heart believe Arteta is a top class manager. So you're gonna have
I'll take it further. I think Arteta is a misunderstood genius. And the reason why I say that, when he does things to motivate the team, motivate the fan base, and to do things just to gain an advantage over the opponent.
Yeah, he gets clowned for it.
People see it as something to laugh at. And the reason why I call him a genius is because, number one, North London forever, all these other things that people just don't rate. 10 years down the line, it's going to leave an impression. It's going to be something where 10 years down the line, if that song is still being played before the game, people won't even know. He's leaving an imprint at the club that people won't even know that it was him.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Not just that. There's a few things that he does that he never used to do that people don't know. So when he played You'll Never Walk Alone at the ground, and he was trying to create an atmosphere and just to get the players in the right mindset and the right frame of mind to deal with it, how else are you supposed to? Someone needs to give me another example of how you can deal with Anfield crowd. People are clowning him for doing that, but it's like, what else do you want him to do? He has to try and create an advantage somewhere. So also, I don't know, man. I feel like until he wins, he's always going to have this stigma on his back, in it. That's just how it goes. It's just the way it is.
The pickpocketers and this and that.
Yeah, the pickpocketers, the flights, the flights.
Wayne Rooney said the best thing to help Manchester United's communication skills was playing the PSP, PlayStation Portable, when they're traveling. They would play it together, and they would play as a team.
Team bonding.
And they would go into a squad, and they would have missions to try to do stuff. And it's like you'd have, and they would learn each other's individual character traits.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you would have Carrick, who'd be more of a silent guy, who'd be a sniper. You'd have the guy who's loud and just running around with a knife. You'd have somebody who's more calculated, like Rio, chilling, waiting, and then scoping out the area before he goes. And everyone would have their different roles. And it's similar to a football pitch. And it's like they played the game so much that the club bought everybody PlayStation Pluses so they could play together.
I hear it, and but the only thing we have to do, everything become. You can only be a genius if you're winning, though. Do you know what I mean? You cannot until you win. Nobody notices your genius until you actually do it.
People call geniuses idiots. The difference with
There's a fine line between genius and madman.
Yeah,
there's a fine line between a
there's
genius
a
and a
line,
madman.
and that line is only viewed after the person's gone. Usually,
no, but you could be. But that's the point.
Unfortunately,
that's the
people
point.
don't realize. People don't realize the genius unless they do something, which is like Nobel Prize.
Yeah. But that's the point I'm making, though. Like for us, I don't expect someone else, an outside watcher, to call Arteta a genius until he wins.
No, but Arteta is already changing the way people view certain parts of the game.
Like what?
Arteta's changed the set piece setup in all of Europe. They view
people doing set pieces before Arteta, bro. We couldn't even do with Stoke set pieces. Remember that?
Okay.
With remember Sam Allardyce and Tony Pulis.
When has a team that has the most possession in the final third that wins the most corners in the league been this good at scoring?
No. I think what Arteta's done is he's taken pieces. He's had a well-rounded approach. So he's taken pieces of Pep because he's a control maniac. He's taken pieces of David Moyes because he's the defensive maniac. He's taken pieces of. Don't forget he was at Rangers. Don't forget he played at Rangers and stuff like that. He's taken pieces of everything.
I'm specifically speaking about. There's parts of the football that is copied and other people try to implement. You can see numerous clubs across Europe implementing our set piece tactics. The way that we line up, the way that we run in to get the penalties.
But that's always happened, though. That's always happened.
Okay, that's always happened. How about this? The moment you see Arsenal taking long throws once again, consistently in a game in the knockout rounds of the Champions League, the next season the percentage of throw-ins across the league has skyrocketed to a level that's 3 times the same that it was.
I agree with you. I agree.
There is a level of implementing what's working for Arsenal across the league.
I think it's the first time that top teams have had to now, because the first team to get a set piece coach wasn't Arsenal, it was Brentford. Arsenal weren't the first team to get a set piece coach. So when you're saying like teams are copying like what we're doing with set pieces, you got to remember people like Thomas Frank were doing this a long time ago. People like Pulis, Allardyce, David Moyes, all of those guys back in the day, they would. This was their bread and butter. This was.
But you know something,
Brentford were the very first team to hire a set piece coach ever.
Okay, but it's also frowned upon, and that is the mentality.
No, but it's frowned upon for top teams. It's frowned upon for top teams.
The reason why it's frowned upon is because it's viewed as something that you don't need to do, is beneath you. But the fact that we're doing it at this level consistently is now changing people's minds. It's now changing people's minds.
Yeah, but you have to adapt to it, don't you? You have to adapt to it. But I wouldn't say, for example, like Tottenham, for example, that have hired Thomas Frank. I wouldn't say they're copying Arsenal because Thomas Frank was doing this his whole time at Brentford.
1 second, but everything's been done to a certain degree. We could take all of this back to the beginning of football.
No, but I'm talking about near times.
I'm just talking about trends in football. There are trends in football. Number one trend, Pep does his thing with tiki taka. You see everyone trying to do tiki taka with after Barcelona did that.
So what has okay, cool. That's a good segue into it then. So what has Arteta transcended? What because I feel like you're saying that he started something, but what has he started? Because I don't think he's started anything. I think he's just got the most well-rounded team currently, but I don't think he's started anything. Pep took football to a whole new level. He started talking about total domination of the ball, and everyone copied that. That's different. He took that, and not only that, he's taken that and he's breeded a whole generation of Marescas, Vincent Kompany, Mikel Arteta. Because don't forget, our manager came from another manager.
Yeah.
So Mikel Arteta. So Pep has breeded that. Even managers like at the time the Jose Mourinho's, because before he won it with Chelsea, he won it with Porto, the champion. He won the Europa League, and the next year won the Champions League at Porto, playing that style of football. What is it that you feel that Arteta has started? Like, what do you feel like he started?
The emphasis and intricate details on set pieces, corners, and throw-ins. I don't think teams were focused on it as much since the early to late 2000s. I have not seen it implemented as much across the league. This is now the highest level of football. You're seeing it across multiple leagues, across the Premier League, for example. You're seeing it way more. And I don't think it's by accident that a team like Arsenal is doing it on a regular basis on a big stage, and now more and more teams are also implementing it. People can laugh, but Arsenal being so effective at set pieces for the last 3 years has had a domino effect across the league where lower half teams are obviously going to consistently do it. You now have Liverpool throwing long throws into the box. You have Man City trying to implement our tactics. You literally see Liverpool trying to do the exact same bar for bar line up pass and everything for passes. And football, at the end of the day, it is a copycat league. When Man City is doing well with inverted with what do you call it? Arteta also did inverted for fullbacks before Pep. Center backs being what do you call it? Fullbacks before Pep.
Well,
Pep
what do
What
you
he was doing. Pep what he was doing with his fullbacks that won him the Champions League. Arteta was one of the
well,
guys who did that first.
well, he was doing that before Pep was managing. What are you talking
What?
about? He brought Philip Lahm from left back into centre midfield. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not talking about that.
That was at Bayern.
I'm talking about things. I'm not necessarily saying things weren't being done before. I'm just saying
No. I'm saying there's things that
everything's reinvented at times.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's certain things that you can say in this time that guy started that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that you can say. So for example, we can say
Conte's back three in the Premier League. Yes.
Yeah, so exactly, precisely. So I'm saying certain things. We're not saying he started it of all time. I'm just saying in general. I can say like Frank Lampard was one of the very first goal-scoring midfielders that really started that as a midfielder that scores 20 or goals a season. Like Cole Palmer's doing it now, but Frank Lampard was the original. You know what I'm saying? We had Tim Cahill's and guys that were scoring goals, but Frank Lampard was the original. With Guardiola, he started this fullbacks playing in midfield. He was playing a box as a defense at Bayern Munich.
I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm talking about in the Premier League. I haven't seen too many times where you have a back four of just centre backs.
Pep did it first. Pep did it first. He had 4 centre backs.
No, I know he did stuff at Bayern, but I'm saying specifically.
No, at Man City, he had 4 centre backs at Man City, bro.
He didn't do it until Arteta did it. Arteta did it first against Liverpool, where we won the game.
Bro, Pep had 4 centre backs. It was a known thing. He had 4 centre backs at Man City before we had 4 centre backs, bro.
No, he didn't.
Pep was the very first person to have 4 centre backs.
No, he didn't. I actually have proof of this. I can go and run it if you want. I can show you the first day.
I'm going to show you.
We actually played 4 centre backs.
I'm going to show you because Pep was the very first person that did 4 centre backs, bro, at Man City. And not only that, he did it with Akanji. Remember when Akanji? He had Akanji, Stones. Was it Akanji, Stones? It had 4 of them, bro.
Arteta did it with Tomiyasu before we signed.
No. It was Stones. It was Stones, Akanji, Diaz, and someone else. It was 4 of them, bro. He was playing 4 centre backs, bro. He did it with Akanji. Akanji was doing Akanji, Stones, Diaz, and Guardiola. That was before us, bro.
What year was that? I know for a fact that we did it before that.
What do you mean?
Let me go pull it up.
He did it. Pep did all that before. I think what Arteta has done, he's just taken the best.
Okay. Remember so what year was that? 2022, 2023?
Which one? Which one are you talking about?
What year was it that you think Pep did that?
One second, let me Google it. Pep definitely did the 4 centre backs first, though.
No, Arteta did it first.
No way. With who? Were you going to say with Ben White
and Tomiyasu?
No, Pep did it before that, bro.
No, he didn't.
Guaranteed he did it before that, bro.
No, he didn't. Go check.
He did it before that.
Go check, bro. Because I remember specifically this being a talking point at the time, being like bold, very bold.
No, he definitely did it before that, my guy. He definitely did it before that. Before the Guardiola, before you're talking about Tomiyasu and that, he did it before that, bro.
Because Gavardio and these guys weren't even there them times, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did it before that, man. I remember when they had 4 centre backs, everyone was talking about it. But either way, it's not regardless of whether like let's imagine you say he did the first 4 centre backs, yeah. Right now, he doesn't have 4 centre backs playing. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, did he even have Gavardio in?
No, he did it with Stones, Akanji. When Akanji was playing left back, you don't remember that? When Akanji was playing left back.
Akanji playing left back was the team that won them the Champions League, right?
One sec, man. Might have been Ake. But he did it. So you think what that Arteta started the 4 centre backs thing?
He brought it back, yeah. He brought it back.
I don't see Arteta has started.
I feel like it's what I'm saying is somehow annoying you.
No, not annoying me. I just feel like Arteta, I'm looking for something that like is a bit more like obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think that one's debatable.
I was already mentioning the set pieces, but we kind of got deterred. I do feel like everyone is kind of imitating Arsenal and trying to at least replicate it as much as possible because it's working at such a high effect. We're scoring from set pieces from such a high effect, and then we kind of got counter. It went somewhere else. But my main point is, until we win, no one is going to believe or anything we're saying because everyone's just going to say, "Oh, what have you won? What do you have to show for it?" So yeah, I do get the level of pessimism until we do something from everyone because we haven't been able to do something for 20 years. But the difference now is we have the squad depth, we have the players, we have the mentality that we can get the job done because we've shown consistent performances over the years that we now have the belief that we have what it takes to get it done.
100%.
And you see the camaraderie within the team, you see the 100%. Cohesion, you see everything that we've been working towards all these years. I now believe the fans, the manager, the team, everyone believes it's time. In the past, I felt like there was always something you could point at. I feel like the biggest change this past transfer window was when we signed Eze, we basically said no loose ends. Then on top of that, we went and got Hincapié. We said no loose ends. No loose ends.
Because we fell apart because of what happened last year. And I feel like this year, we've already had an injury crisis. I feel like this year, we've already had an injury crisis already. And
bro, my take is we don't even know what the real Arsenal is. This year we have
100%.
Players every single day.
100%.
Odegaard's injured, Saka's injured, Havertz is injured, Saliba's injured. Every single day someone else is getting injured. And it's like, when do we get to rest? Arteta has not even gotten to see his bench players to his full capabilities. Madueke is injured also. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, we haven't even got. But I think this shows you. I think Arteta was too arrogant. I think he thought the league was easier than it was, and I think it made him realize you can't win the league with just Havertz because he thought he could, and you can't win the league without a squad that is capable of continuing to keep up the same performances. Otherwise, he would have done it ages ago. And I think that's the difference. Now he realized you have to have a Gyokeres as well as a Havertz. It's just the way it goes. You have to. It's just the way it is. It's not a thing of I like this one better than that one and I've got to prove everyone wrong. It doesn't matter. You just need to have both of them, bro. Like, you need to have Marino and Zubimendi. It's just the way it goes. You need them both. You need them all. And he's gonna have a hard time managing all the players because his squad now is
I don't think he's gonna have a hard time because I feel like these guys are all goal driven at this point.
They are goal driven because they haven't won anything. That's why. Yeah. If they had won stuff, they become a bit more selfish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Where when I look at, for example, Liverpool right now, I already kind of feel like I see Ekitike being like, I want to be the guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Be like, I want to be the guy. Mo Salah has been the guy, and then Florian Wirtz is like, it's getting demoralized left, right, and center.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it doesn't help.
Signed way more players too.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, trust me, my guy, and we're gonna stay deluded, bro.
I'm not delusional. I think there is a fine line between confidence and delusion.
No, no,
And
no. I'm deluded. You know what? No, no. I'm not even see all that being all nice and that. I'm not doing all that. Do you know why I am deluded? Because tell me someone that was great that wasn't deluded. You tell me. You think Einstein and all them guys? You think they were sane? Come on,
now you
bro.
know what I think. I
You have
think
to be deluded. Make sure you have you. What I want to know, Mateus Cunha, have you liked the video and subscribed? That's all that matters. As long as you're contributing to me becoming a bigger YouTuber, that's all I care about, man. You can keep calling me
I think the
deluded.
Atletico Madrid game was our most complete game, like when it comes to defensive, attacking, everything this season by far.
We say that again.
That was our most complete performance from
Yeah.
minute one to the end.
This season. Yeah, that one and Newcastle.
No, Newcastle was not a complete performance. There was moments where you could say to yourself, you well and truly thought we're going to drop points. There was moments where we conceded and you said to yourself, how do we concede? Now in
No,
this
no, no.
game,
Newcastle was a complete performance to me. I think we were brilliant in that game. I think we were just as good in Newcastle as we were
no,
against
but you're
Atletico
missing the
Madrid.
point. In a complete performance, you don't concede. You don't have moments where you're worried that you're going to drop
They
points.
hit the bar.
No, but we physically did not concede.
I know, but you said there's no moments. It wasn't a complete performance if they had a goal that missed the post by that much.
Okay, even though they hit the bar, did you feel like after that there was going to be constant threat? Because I didn't.
No, but before that, I'm saying there was a chance where Rayo came out and they had a chance to score. There was these things did happen. Like it wasn't a complete performance. Is very rare that you're gonna get in football because it's football match and it's sport. You're gonna get chances, and it happens, isn't it? I think this was a complete performance, and I think Newcastle was also a complete performance. You can still concede and it be a brilliant performance,
Okay.
you know.
How about this? That was our most complete performance yet. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, I think both performances. I think both
I'm not
performances
gonna
were
put
given.
Newcastle on the same bracket.
No, no, no. We were brilliant at Newcastle, bro. Away from home. Away from. Don't forget playing St James's. All right, playing at St James's Park is a lot harder than playing this Athletic Madrid team at home.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder. It's a complete different game.
No,
So
you're right.
you know what I mean. So when we say we lost to Anfield, that's a tricky game. But St James's Park, I'm telling you, Newcastle away is harder than Athletic Madrid at home. So that's another factor that you got to take into. Where are you? Our away performances have been phenomenal over the past couple of years.
But you know what? The away performance, the reason why they're good is because some of these teams, we just get 1 or 2 goals and the game's done. Like either they turn over or we keep such a good defensive shape that they struggle to break us down and we end up catching them out.
If that performance yesterday was against Atletico Madrid away, then I would agree with you. I would agree with you completely.
I get where you're coming from. I just disagree. The way I just say it is, if you win 4-0 against an opponent of that level, which this is a team that just beat Real Madrid 5-2, by the way. You gotta take the most. You gotta take the most from that and be like, hey, this was more of a statement win in my opinion than the Newcastle game. The Newcastle game was what we came back. It was also a statement to a certain degree, but I do think this was a game where people look at it and they're like, wow.
No, it was a more of a statement game because of it was Atletico Madrid and it was a European game, innit? It was more of a statement game because we don't play Atletico Madrid weekly.
And for a team that's not known for scoring many goals to score 4.
Yeah. It was a statement game, like overall. But I do feel Newcastle in the Premier League, we've not won there in how many years? They beat us 4 times last year. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's all of that is factored in, stuff like that. I feel like
and Diego Simeone, such a legendary manager.
No, but you're doing it because you like to do the Arteta versus Simeone thing. I get it. That's what you're focused on. That's what you're focused on. You're focusing on the wrong things. You're not focusing on the actual fact that we beat Atletico Madrid. But I still think we should have beat them at home.
Whichever way you put it, Atletico Madrid lose this game, nothing happens to them. They can still.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Atletico Madrid lose this game, to them, they're coming away to a tough ground. Nothing happens to them. They keep it moving. If Arsenal were to have drawn this game, I
Yeah,
still don't think it would have been crazy disrespectful to either team if that happened. I just
yeah,
feel
yeah,
like a loss at home in the Champions League, Arsenal at this stage is rare. So you
yeah, yeah.
gotta
Let me ask you a question. What game is more important, the Atletico Madrid game or the Crystal Palace game?
Crystal Palace.
Right. So you're agreeing with me. Which game do you think is harder, Atletico Madrid at the Emirates or Crystal Palace at the Emirates?
The way Crystal Palace are playing, maybe Crystal Palace because they play more defensive football.
Right. So we're on the same page now, yeah? So cool. So the point I'm trying to make now is in the grand scheme of it being European tie and Atletico Madrid, and we know how hard it is to play against a team like that. Yes, it's a brilliant performance, it's a better win. But if we beat Crystal Palace 4-0 at home, it will probably be a much better performance. Do you get it? Because we know how good Crystal Palace are right now, and we know where the teams are set. Atletico Madrid yesterday, they don't play us every week. They probably underestimated how good we actually are. They don't know how good we are. The first goal, Gabriel's not even marked.
Yeah, I hear it.
You're not going to get that in the Premier League, Gabriel. Everyone knows Gabriel is a superstar from corners. Wasn't even marked for the first goal. So, to me, I see it as the Premier League.
You know how they marked him afterwards? They put 5 guys on him.
Yeah, but they didn't mark him. Who doesn't mark Gabriel from corners? The Premier League's a lot harder than the Champions League. This is what people need to remember. The Premier League is harder than the Champions League.
Because the teams that we face in the Premier League have a level of confidence in themselves where they don't necessarily put as much respect on their opponents sometimes. Look at what PSV did to us last year. They're idiots. The way that they play.
Yeah. Of course, they're attacking us left, right, and center. I just feel like Saka was brilliant. I feel like, what do you feel about the Premier League this year, though? Do you feel like, what's your chance of the Premier League this year?
The Premier League's ours to lose.
Oh, you're in that boat, yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it in that boat? Okay. Why is it hard to lose?
We're already ahead. I believe we have the best squad. I feel like we're currently a very consistent team. If we go and have like a couple results, a couple negative results on the bounce, that's the only way where I can see either Liverpool or Man City beating us, because they're going to drop points also. They've not necessarily been the most consistent teams to start the season, Liverpool. And Man
Do you think Liverpool are who the team we've got to look out for currently?
No, I think Liverpool might be dead in the water if they don't, because by the time they all click and they all get shit going together again, it might be too far gone. For you to lose 4 games in a row and you can't solve it in 4 games, what makes me believe you're going to consistently perform now? They only had 4 defeats all last season in the league. They already have 3 this year.
I thought it was 3. I thought we had 3 last season. Maybe.
Had 4 last year. No, they had 4, no?
I thought it was 3. But yeah, you might be right.
They had 4 all last season. They have 3 right now this season.
Yeah, they're in a bad vein of form, but to me, I still see it as,
bro, they gave up a 9-point swing on Arsenal. They were up 5, they're now down 4. What makes you believe they're going to come back and be consistent enough? I have more belief right now in Arsenal dropping points and still winning the league than Liverpool coming back into this and becoming a juggernaut again.
it's only 9 games, bro.
I rate the players. I think the problem right now is Arne Slot. He is not learning from his mistakes, and he's consistently persisting with things that are not working week in, week out.
Do you know what I don't want you to do? I don't want you. This is why I like this show, because it gives me and you, a chance to kind of reason on our own. Because a lot of the time we're on streams and we're arguing with other people. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier. We could just reason. But I don't want you to get sucked into the hype of feeling like we've already won the league without realizing.
We haven't.
No, but I want you to remember to also, when you're on other streams, to do it. Let's go game by game and let's focus on it and not get sucked into the Liverpool are terrible, the Man City are terrible, Chelsea terrible. Because before you know it,
understand this, I have the belief in this team from day one. So before a game was even kicked, I believed that this team was going to go on to win it.
But that's cool. But don't get sucked into the whole thing of Liverpool are dead and buried. Like, Liverpool can't be dead and buried.
Still be firing. I still believe we'd win.
No, I know you believe we would win, but I'm saying we have every time. I believe we would win 2 years ago as well, and the year before that, and we didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it can. We haven't proven anything yet because this team still have to do it until they do it. Everyone's praising us for the last 2-3 weeks. They're praising us, and we're only 3 points clear at the top of the table. It's not like we're 10 points clear.
I think people are praising us because they've now come to the realization that we are actually capable of doing what they thought was unthinkable.
Which is what?
Which is Arsenal actually getting over the line under this manager.
Yeah, but that's their problem.
And you know something, them critiquing how I think or how I speak is their problem. I will say what I think. What's on
I
my
hear it. I hear that. I do hear.
right?
I do hear that. But I do hear. I agree with that.
Same way how people misconstrue what I say all the time. Like the other day when we were talking about what do you call it, Michael Carrick. I was only speaking about the fact that plaudits compared to who gets more plaudits, and it turned into a thing of me saying he's not important. I never said that. I simply just said.
No, you kind of did say that. You kind of did.
I said Wayne Rooney gets more plaudits. Simple. It was never about who's a good player, who's a bad player. Right now, Zubimendi's getting a lot of plaudits off the back of the last game that we played. But let's be real. Come the end of the season, Declan Rice and Saka are going to get more plaudits than Zubimendi.
I don't know if they will, bro.
I know they will because
I don't know if they will. Zubimendi's getting more plaudits than anyone right now.
Zubimendi is getting plaudits. Yeah, people rate Zubimendi and they feel like he's the biggest difference maker right now. And
yeah, I don't think they will, bro. I don't think Saka will get more plaudits.
I do think players like Zubimendi come the end of the year when it comes for player of the season goes under the radar and he doesn't get nominated for those kind of
No, he will. He got player of the month.
He got player of the month for Arsenal, yeah, not the Premier League.
He got player of the month, bro. He was nominated for player of the month for the Premier League, and he got player of the month for Arsenal. He will get the plaudits. I think when you have a title-winning team, I think you're gonna have multiple components in it. That's what it is. That's just happened. That's just what it is. You have multiple components.
Right now, Gabriel is taking the shine. Saliba's just doing his thing. No one's really talking about Saliba. It's another example. There's gonna be players who are super important. They just don't get the same level of shine.
I agree with that. But like I say, there's certain players that are irreplaceable in it, and in that Man United team, Carrick was one of them. I think that you probably just thought he wasn't, but he was. He wasn't quite. He wasn't. He was super important. But forget Man United anyway. Let me move on.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go on. Finish what you're gonna say.
Let's talk about Gyokeres then.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to get onto Gyokeres because I've been a Gyokeres backer from the beginning, from the jump.
Yeah, where's all the people saying, making jokes?
Well, big up Stricto, my brother. Big up Stricto. Me and Stricto had a big back and forth. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah, me and Stricto had a back and forth about Gyokeres. He said he should be dropped. Yeah, so Stricto on Monday, because Stricto ain't messaged me, and you should have messaged me by now because you know that Monday is
Who's he getting dropped for, by the way?
He said drop him for Marino. Madman. He said he should drop Gyokeres for Marino for this game yesterday. And then Gyokeres goes and scores 2. So I don't know why Stricto is not local and he's not about. Because you need to be about because you had a big back and forth for about half an hour about Gyokeres, blood. So I don't know where he's gone. And I know you're probably in there watching on a sly. So I don't know what. I don't know, fam.
Stricto, you had a holler. It's okay, man. People make mistakes.
What you drop it? Why would you drop a striker that you've paid for to fire you to the title that's playing well because he hasn't scored a couple goals because the ball's not dropping from him in the right positions? For Marino, who was there last year and we didn't win anything. Why would you do that?
You know what I seen about Gyokeres yesterday was even when he's not getting.
He had a brilliant game yesterday as well.
Even when he's not getting the goals, he's still such a difference maker.
He's involved. And do you know? Sorry to cut you. Do you know what the biggest difference with Gyokeres is? I was at the West Ham game where people don't really see.
The defenses.
He goes, no, it's not even that. The biggest difference with Gyokeres is his runs are that way towards their goal. That's the biggest difference with him. So even if he's not scoring goals, yeah, it's inevitable that he's going to score because it's just a matter of the ball falling from him at the right time. He'll go through periods, yeah, where he scores like 20 in 8, stuff like that. Because
20 in 8.
I'm telling you, he will score. He will score like one. That's basically 2 in 1. That's basically two in 1. It's like 1 in 2. He will go through periods where he scores
You mean
none in
20
5.
and 10. You mean 20 and 10.
20 and 10, 20 and 12. I'm just giving I'm being extravagant, innit? I'm giving an example. I'm saying 20 and 10, 20 and 12, 20 and 15. I'm saying he will score more goals than games over a period of time at certain points, and then other points not score for 5 games. That's the point I'm making because of the ball dropping from in the right places, because he's a natural striker. Marino will never ever score 30 goals in 20 games. Yeah, 20 and 8 is mental. It's mental, but I was being extravagant. I was being extreme.
You might as well say 24 and 8.
Yeah, exactly. 30 and 5.
Eight hat tricks. 8 hat tricks.
30 and 5, but you know what I mean. But like,
man's out here saying he's gonna score multiple hat tricks and multiple braces in a row. I'm like, I get your point, but you could have said just 10-10. Like,
no, what I was meant to say was more goals than games, innit? That's the point I'm making. I'm saying he's gonna score a lot of goals
like
in
12
more games
goals in 10 games, something like that. That's mad. But right now, I'm looking at Gyokeres and I see people trying to use him as the only stick that they can beat Arsenal with. That's what it is. Banter aside, when it comes to Gyokeres' actual performances, I don't think it's as bad. And you have guys like Alan Shearer coming out after the game that we had midweek in the league saying Gyokeres is going to come good. He's doing all the right things. He's just been a little bit unfortunate that the goalkeepers have been on job and he hasn't been scoring the goals when he had the opportunities. But the goals will come. He's doing everything right. And Arsenal are now top of the league. If Arsenal were not top of the league and he was the difference between Arsenal being top of the league and not, then maybe we'd have more of a conversation. But the fact that they're top of the league and we're discussing Gyokeres, it's more of a redundant point in my opinion. And it's more of a stick that these Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool fans are all trying to beat us with. As for Arsenal fans ourselves, I don't think there is a specific issue with Gyokeres that Arsenal fans have. I think it's the aesthetics. Aesthetically, he's not
100%, 100%, 100%.
He's not a pleasing player. He's kind of clunky, and if he scores goals, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to compare him to other players in the past and do all the stuff that everyone's trying to compare him to other players. But in the league right now, Isak it cost double, 3 times what he cost, and has yet to score a goal for Liverpool. Ekitike is on the same amount of goals as him. You have Joao Pedro, who is supposed to be one of the best striker signings for any team in the league, has less goals than him. Who else is there? You got Sesko, less goals than him. The only player who signed this summer who's on more goals than him is Voltamedam at Newcastle. And the way that they play, if they had Gyokeres,
Semenyo as well.
Semenyo's not a striker. I'm talking about strikers.
Oh, he's not a striker.
Yeah, I'm talking about strikers that were signed this summer. So yeah, there you go. I don't think it's necessarily a problem. I think people right now are just nitpicking on whatever topic they can do. And guess what? You can't make fun of Arsenal for losing a game. You can't make fun of Arsenal for dropping points. What are you going to do? Let's make fun of Victor Gyokeres.
Yeah, well, that comes with the territory, innit? He scored 90 goals in 2 seasons, so you're not scoring in 8 games. It comes with the territory. I expect that, innit? But before we wrap up, this Crystal Palace, what are you thinking? Before we wrap up, quick couple minutes on Crystal Palace.
Start Martinelli.
Start Martinelli. Is that your only change? Calafiori or Lewis Skelly?
Start Martinelli. It's tough.
Yeah, you didn't think about that one, did you?
Start Martinelli. Start Calafiori. Is Ben White ever gonna get proper minutes? Like
Ben White played yesterday.
I know, but like, is he gonna get minutes in the league?
He just came back. He just come back.
Yeah. So Timber's gonna start this game.
Especially Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I'm not rotating too much. Like, let's just keep it consistent. Let's just do what we do.
Just keep Eze in the 10, yeah.
Yeah, because Ben White got 7 minutes last game. I was wondering how many minutes did he get? He got 7 minutes. You can't start him versus Crystal Palace. Ease him back in, slowly raise his minutes to a level where eventually he's going to get game time. The lineup is going to stay the same. You just change Calafiori for Miles Lewis Skelly. Even though that's extremely harsh because of how good he was, I just think, don't forget.
Calafiori against Ismaili Sarr.
The Martinelli being in this game is crucial because Palace have a fullback named
Munoz.
Nunez who gets up the pitch and scores goals. So as much as Martinelli is good going this way, he's also good going the other way defensively. And I do think this is a game where Saka and Martinelli are going to have to do as much defensive work as they do attacking, because of how their fullbacks get up the pitch. It will give you mismatches. And would Miles be better suited to this game than Calafiori? I just think Arteta's just going to rotate them. Miles got the Champions League game. He played majority of the game. And now Calafiori is going to come and play the next game, and so on and so forth. And if you did notice one thing, he gave Eze an early night. He gave Zubimendi an early night. He gave Gabriel an early night. All three of those guys are going to be starting the next game, no doubt.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that, man. That's a nice.
I'm gonna wait to do my preview for my prediction, just to be fair. And overall, though, I do think we're gonna win. I just don't know how many goals we're gonna score.
It's gonna be a really, really, really tight game, man. Let me just do this quick super chat. Big up, hit 44. Eddie was holding the club back. Shake my head. Big up, man. Big up, DEE-GAL. Make sure you lot are liking and subscribing on the way out. We're gonna be on the Gal's channel next week, Wednesday, 2 till 3. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you lot lock in for that. You got anything coming out today?
Yeah, I'll probably go live at some point. Before you know what? Probably not. I'm gonna probably just go. The next day I'm gonna go live is when I'm doing my league preview and just discussing everything that happened in this game. So keep an eye on it. But yeah, probably not gonna go live today. I'm gonna be on Dan Potts' at 10.
Yeah, so am I. So yeah, lock into Dan Potts at 10. I'll be there. Me and the guy will be there. You know what I mean? We'll just carry on the
convo. Go check out my match reaction in case you guys want to go see what I was thinking about that. And always go check out some of my videos. I'm always doing videos on YouTube and on TikTok. So yeah,
and TikTok as well, isn't it? Yeah, he's on TikTok as well.
And if you want to see where I'm the most active, where you can keep in touch with me, Twitter. But do not send me any weird ass messages, because then I'll just block you.
And on that note, my G's, them. We'll see you lot next Wednesday at 2 till 3. You know how it goes, man.
I don't know.